Hi, welcome to What the Flick. I am Christy, that is Alonzo. Noah Baumbach has a new movie out. It's called The Meyerowitz Stories. It has an amazing cast. Alonzo will tell you all about it.
So yeah, premiered at Cannes this year, and it's coming out on Netflix. So if you're, I guess globally, you can see this movie. It is kind of a Woody Allen feel and kind of a J.D. Salinger feel, but ultimately I think it's kind of a Noah Baumbach movie. Dustin Hoffman plays a sculptor who never quite achieved fame, was a teacher for a long time, and has had several marriages, is currently married to Emma Thompson. His children from one marriage are Adam Sandler and Elizabeth Marvel, and they were kind of ignored by him growing up because he remarried Candice Bergen, and their son together was Ben Stiller, who is seemingly more successful but also has issues of his own. The family finds themselves coping with various issues, from Sandler's daughter going off to college, to Hoffman possibly falling ill, and has to have a lot of really awkward conversations about things they haven't talked about before. And it's hilarious. Take a look.
$55 for a steak.
We're known for their meat here.
And $35 for a salmon? You get the salmon to blow you for that price?
Are you Harold Meyerowitz's son, Matthew?
Yes. And this is Danny, also Harold Meyerowitz's son.
I didn't realize he had two sons.
And a daughter.
It'll be nice to spend time with Dad. You know, I didn't get a lot of time with him growing up.
Son of a bitch!
And this is very much a Noah Baumbach movie in every way, for better or for worse. And so if you don't like them, you're not going to like this, because there is that sort of affectionately mocking tone, like very insidery, very Woody Allen-y in terms of the cloistered elite little bubble
New York
of Manhattan.
intellectual, yeah.
And so so they're artists this time instead of being artists and musicians, right?
Yes.
Adam Sandler's a musician, and it does sort of seem like it's gonna be playfully mocking of these people and their self-seriousness, and then it gets much deeper, and unexpectedly so. And we say this about Adam Sandler so infrequently, but when given the opportunity to really dig into serious media work, when he's given the chance with a script like this, it's wonderful to see that depth to him.
Yes, and when Sandler tries to go deep, it doesn't always necessarily work. I mean, The Cobbler was an attempt to go deep.
Oh yeah.
And so was
Rain or Me.
That
was not good.
I didn't see it. It has its champions. Men, Women, and Children was another one. But this one, he's really good in it.
Yeah.
And he and Stiller have a great sort of almost anti-chemistry in these two characters who've never quite gotten along and have always sort of competed for their father's attention. They have some scenes together that are just dynamic, and in general, Sandler blew me away, and I am whatever the opposite of a fan is of most of his work. I was so impressed with this that I finally went back last night and watched Punch Drunk Love for the first time,
which is good.
Which is really good. Yeah, as it turns out.
That was the first light bulb.
I'm the last person to know. Yeah, like Punch Drunk Love, funny people, and now this, I'd say, are like, he's fine in Spanglish. The movie has issues, but nonetheless, he's really good. Elizabeth Marvel is terrific. Hoffman is very funny, and this. I mean, I mentioned Salinger because this kind of reminded me of the Glass family stories, and I think the title even sort of suggests it, because the full title is The Meyerowitz Stories, New and Selected. So I think there's definitely a shout out there to like Franny and Zoe and all of those pieces about, again, another sort of New York intellectual fucked up family. For all of the sort of airless cloister of how these people live and the worlds that they exist in, I just found this movie to be really smart and vital, and Judd Hirsch has a few scenes that are great.
It's a great supporting cast, and Grace Van Patten as Adam Sandler's daughter is very good. The one who was like, all the hope is now on her that maybe she can carry on, the artistic greatness that eluded everybody else.
Exactly.
And she's kind of lovely in this.
And Rebecca Miller too. I thought that's Hirsch's daughter was really good. Yeah, and the narration works, and that's a thing that usually is a red flag of a film that doesn't know what it's doing. But here, I think it feels sort of designed into that whole kind of like as though we were looking at this as a series of novellas, basically about a family.
There's like an arch distance about it. There's like the title cards introducing what each chapter is going to be about, but maybe not necessarily about that thing at all.
Exactly, and like the way he'll cut out of a scene really quickly, where we've sort of like just about to we've mostly gotten the gist of it, but it's not a clean cut, like it'll be in the middle of a sentence or something like that. But it's never jarring. It just sort of feels like, okay, we got that idea, let's move on. Yeah, I like this quite a bit.
Yeah, and between this and Brad's Status for Ben Stiller, these are a couple of roles where he's playing kind of a knowing version of the persona we have seen so much from him. And I like that as he's gotten older, he is willing to do that.
Sure.
And to be introspective and to
comment upon.
Yeah, I mean, it is a little meta in that way. These are both people who are, privileged and unlikable and a little entitled, and he seems to acknowledge that that's what's been assigned to him for many years, and he's trying to make sense of it or come out the other end of it or whatever. So yeah. I like that, but I like Brad's Status better.
I think I do too, but I like them both quite a bit.
Complimentary performances there. Yeah, go see an Adam Sandler movie.
Or watch it at home.
We're here to tell you, you could watch it at home. I think this is a movie that you definitely can watch at home. It is very dialogue heavy. Oh, the production design is really good too.
No,
the interiors all feel really lived in with the books and the art and the crammed in stuff. And
did we mention Emma Thompson?
Emma Thompson's really good.
Emma Thompson's really good in this too.
Really daffy Emma Thompson.
Yeah. So I mean,
Adam Driver. In
one scene, but he's very funny. Yeah. If you live in probably New York, LA, I don't know, in any city that is showing it, I mean, sure, see it on the big screen. Everything's better on the big screen, but you don't have to. You can see it on Netflix. You won't be losing too much.
Yeah. So my number is an 8. I liked it very much.
I said 8.5. Yeah. I think there's a lot to chew on here.
Okay, we are 8.3. It's at 91% on the tomato meter. Enjoy. Bye.